Morning, folks. It's Pastor Mike here in the study. Coming to you out of the book of Psalms, chapter number 73 this morning. Psalm 73 is one of those psalms where the psalmist is lamenting about how well the wicked are doing around them. And he goes through and talking about how that nothing seems to happen bad to them, no judgment befalls them. He's constantly on top side. He said, I'm struggling and I'm always having a hard time. He said, as a matter of fact, he said, it seems that I have tried to do right in vain, and all of my efforts of doing right are pointless. And then he makes a statement midway through the chapter. He's saying, and then I went into the house of the Lord and I understood therein. And he said, I understood what was going to happen to them. And he talks about how the judgment was coming upon them and all that was taking place. And he said, and I was wrong to be envious at the wicked. And he comes down to the end of this and he gives a testimony of what we've been given. And here's what you and I have. In the midst of all that we struggle with on this side of eternity, amidst of all the frustrations that the world can throw at us, here's what we have. He says in verse number 23, he said, nevertheless, I am continually with you. You hold my right hand. You guide me with counsel. What a wonderful thought is that God holds our right hand. We are ever in his presence. He guides us with counsel. And then he said, and afterward, you receive me to glory. Whom have I in heaven but thee? There is none on earth that I desire beside you. My flesh and my heart fail, but God is the strength of my heart and my portion forever. And so the psalmist was like, I don't see the point of doing right because the wicked are still prospering. But then he comes full circle and says, you know what am I thinking? I get to walk with you on a daily basis, and when all this is over, I'm going to spend eternity with you. You're my counselor now, and then we're going to spend eternity together. And he puts his hope on an eternal scale. And then he looks at the wicked and he says, you know what? They may be enjoying now, but man, in just a moment, judgment's going to fall. And so you and I have an opportunity not to be envious of the wicked, but to look at those who are without Christ, who are on the outside of the gospel looking in, and have a heart that grieves for them and a mission that goes to them. And not being envious of what they have, but being thankful for what we've been given and measuring things by eternity, not just by time. So I want to challenge you to look at those around you and say, how can I go with them, to them with the gospel today? Hope this will be an encouragement to you. We'll see you next time in the study.